And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome into a Tuesday. Today is February the 8th as we travel right along. Cold, 29. You're getting your day started. I must admit, I was, 30, 40 seconds late this morning hitting the button because, well, it was my fault. I was sitting here staring at my coffee cup thinking maybe if I turned it sideways, I could get the last drop out of that. I'm hooked. Who else has got that coffee habit? If it's a drug, I guess I'm addicted to that. That's the one thing in life that I just can't seem to give up. I was able to give up smoking years ago, and I eventually gave up. And I guess the new word for this nationwide is starting to be soft drinks. As I grew up, it was all referred to as a Coca-Cola. Anything, it doesn't matter what it was a Coke. I think a lot of people feel the same way that I do. Many, many times I've done that. And I remember my first encounter with somebody from West Virginia that called it a pop. And I had no idea what they were talking about. Ever heard anybody refer to that? Give me a Coke. I've even gone as far as to sitting with the president of Pepsi, and he asked me what I wanted. And I said, a Coke. Probably didn't go over too well. But that's life. How are you today? I hope you're doing good. Oh, as we begin this day, crime was a little bit lighter last night that we know of. I hadn't gotten a lot of inboxes of things that happened that went thump into the middle of the night, but daylight hasn't hit good yet. We'll keep a close eye on everything as it comes about. We had a few wrecks yesterday, one on the Texas turnaround. Nobody was hurt, but a scary situation nonetheless. Also out on Highway 80 West, a little fender bender as well. We didn't have any major accidents through the area yesterday afternoon. Do y'all remember a few months back in Jackson, Bruce Willis? This was, I guess, we're coming up on right at a year when Bruce Willis was in Jackson, Mississippi, filming a new movie. Before long, that is getting ready to hit theaters. As a matter of fact, it's going to be out in about a week. The name of the movie is A Day to Die. And if you'll go to Wikipedia, did I say that right? I always have trouble with that word. This is the name of the movie, and as they describe this, it'll be released on March the 4th. It's going to be hitting theaters. Disgraced parole officer, imagine that. It's supposed to be good, but Bruce Willis, the trailer is out there. I'll post that after a while onto the page there where you can watch it to see if you'd want to go see it, which brings about the next subject. There's another movie being filmed in Mississippi as well. They're headed to Canton this time for filming. And if you're around that area this week, you might get to see Morgan Freeman. He's on location this week filming a movie called The Minute You Wake Up Dead. Yeah, that's different. The Minute You Wake Up Dead. It's a thriller with Morgan Freeman. He's the sheriff of a small town. We'll see how that works out, but that's going to be taking place this week. It's always good to see Morgan. He's a great guy. And if you've never had a chance to meet Morgan Freeman, he is one of those that truly is as good as what you see on television. He's a great person. There's not many people that I give that a boy to, and he is one of those. Today, somewhere around 10 a.m. in Clark County, the search will continue this morning as we get ready for the missing young lady that has been gone for several days now. It's a sad situation. Our car come up missing. They're going to be hitting the streets this morning. And through the woods, there's going to be lots of agencies involved in this as they start combing the area in Clark County looking for her. We hope everything is good, that she turns up somewhere, but we always pray for the best. I think is the best way to word that. The Clark County Emergency Management Team will be boots on the ground this morning with several other agencies helping out as well as we get this. This is the young lady that they're looking for here. You hadn't been caught up with everything. Miss Carrie Vaughn, she's 75 years old. She was last seen at the intersection of Highway 11 and County Road 290. Car running, her purse in the car. Search will continue this morning for her. We said it's been a few days, and we can't help but worry when it comes to situations like that. We wish them best and pass along prayers as they go and look for that, and I'm sure members of the family are worried as we are. Also, next week, we'll have a special guest in with us as we're talking about Clark County, the battle for the Texas hospital. Are you aware? I've seen it in the past where they do a big reenactment from the Civil War. That's going to be taking place 2 weeks. And also, they're going to have John Wayne's grandson in. He wrote a book. He'll be on site. ought to be a big deal for the equipment area. It'll be held out at Archusa. We'll find out more about this. They'll join us a week from today here in the studio to tell us all about this. Lots and lots more people get involved with this each year. It's starting to be a really, really big deal for Clark County as we look at that. So that's some of the things happening this morning. As we look around the state this morning, they've arrested a 14-year-old here in Mississippi in Lee County. So why would a 14-year-old be arrested? Well, this is moving into, and we've seen these threats locally. We saw it in Neshoba County. It ended up being false. It's been done in Lauderdale County, and it's also been to the south of us. But a threat on a school was made. They have found it. A 14-year-old has been arrested. They haven't given his name, but it was flagged, and the FBI got involved, and the sheriff's department there in Lee County has made an arrest. These aren't jokes. This happened for quite some time to where it was a TikTok thing, and TikTok denied it, but it was a social media thing for sure that floated around, people making threats against schools. But that person has been arrested. Shad White, been very busy. And, of course, Shad White is the state auditor. Yesterday they made another arrest in the state of Mississippi. I don't know if you've seen this yet, of someone with a scamming once again off of water bills. Shad has made the arrest. More to come on this as they do this. Lots of wrongdoing on this, but I've never seen a state auditor that really got involved on this like he has, and he's shutting it down, making an arrest of anybody that takes the taxpayers' dollars from the state of Mississippi, and that's good. We'll see more of this to come as he stays busy there. It's a few things that have happened across the state there as of yesterday. Let's see here what else is stirring this morning as we look. That was a clerk from that went down to embezzlement. Lawrence County is where that happened. Pretty serious stuff there. This one, I don't know exactly what to say. You can visit there is a need, but I get embarrassed is the word to say this. I don't know how to go into things like this, but it is a need, and I understand that, and I'll mention it, then I'll get off of it before I get into stuff that I don't know what to say. But Mississippi is in need of donor breast milk, which saves lives of babies. They've got a Facebook page that you can go and help out. It's called Mother's Milk Bank Mississippi. Like I said, I don't know exactly how to get involved in all of that, and I'll say something wrong, so I'll leave it at that. Visit their Facebook page, and you can find out more, and I'll feel more comfortable about that. In Jackson, believe it or not, someone else has been shot, this time on Dewey Street. He didn't die, but he's been shot. An ever thing that we track each morning. As we look at over the weekend, a lot of cases spiked in the coronavirus over the state of Mississippi. I don't know if you've looked at all of that yet, but the numbers are saying that about 16,000 new cases occurred with 35 additional deaths in the state of Mississippi. It's still a mess. We're still working on this to get this nasty disease under control. That's the best, but that's what we've got listed in the state of Mississippi. This has been an ongoing thing across the state also. For several months, we've been watching this. A murder for hire plot, not too far from right where you're sitting. Just to the west of where Meridian, Mississippi sits, is a little town called Pelahatchie. That's where this has been going on. A woman has pleaded guilty to the plot to hiring an assassin, and she did admit to it. She was going to hire someone. Jessica Leanne Sledge has been arrested and pleaded guilty. She pleaded guilty yesterday in the United States District Court under the Judge Carlton W. Reese. She admitted that between September 21st and November the 1st, she used the facilities to hire someone over the internet to have someone killed. Bad news. That's been an ongoing case on that right here in the state of Mississippi. As I read this, I don't know how, and I guess I don't want to see it, but there was a vehicle in Mississippi that was involved in a crash. A mother died, and her 4-year-old was hurt. The 4-year-old with her was also killed, her daughter. But there were 11 people in one car. 11 people. I don't know. And it was a Toyota Tacoma that hit them, and she was just in a regular car. It was in Laurel is where this took place. 11 people in one car. How do you get 11 people? They were scraped up and wounded, but wow. I really don't know how you would do that. I remember as a teenager we used to do things of that nature, but on a normal basis. A weekend fire claimed the life of someone in the state of Mississippi also. They are inspecting a fire that took the life in Oxford, Mississippi, around where Ole Miss is located. Always so sad to see something like that happening in our state there. Breaks your heart, as a matter of fact, to see things of that nature there. As we begin this morning, as we said, 28, as I look here, 29 Meridian, portable checking in at 28, Miss Gail Gafford tells us. You hadn't listed what it is. If you've got a thermometer in your house, we'd love to tell you what's going on there. Let us know, and we're going to share that as we get into the weather there. From downtown Center Hill, Chet Parker says a hello to everyone. Also, Miss Jessica Davis is up. Sheila Mowdy, how are you doing today? If you hadn't said hello, we'd love to hear from you as well. Share this as well so other people know what we do each and every day. We go over what happens overnight, the crimes and things that happen. Well, what we know. That's what we do each and every day. Thank you for being a part of this. As we look at some national headlines this morning, some of these things make you scratch your head. One of the things that I posted a while ago from Jesse Waters from Fox News, a woman who identified as a wolf. And that's what's wrong with America. Y'all know where I'm going with that. I'll let you read the story. Also, a small town in Oregon, a mayor, this is all coming out. He was a Republican, ran a clean town. So we thought. As it all turns out, it's all been a lie. And, well, him and his wife are involved in a swingers club. Things aren't going so well for the mayor there in Oregon anymore. Yeah, that's breaking headlines this morning as they found out about this. He's been real religious. He's done this and that. And, well, turns out they weren't exactly what they claimed. As I've always said, whether someone says they're Republican, they say they're Democrat, or they say that they are a independent, there's bad folks on both sides of the aisle. Not everything appears to be what it is. That man's going to have him some issues later today as re-election won't go so well for him there. As we look across here also, how long before, this is the big thing that is happening now with the money. As we found out yesterday that DeSantis is going to be, the governor of Florida is going to be launching a probe into where the money went from GoFundMe. All the things that are happening in Canada will most likely end up here in the United States. We're seeing more and more hints of this each day as the truckers strike. They've set up camp in Canada. They're not going to deliver until something is done. This mass mandate, not the mass mandate, but the mandate itself. They're not happy about it. And America seems to be fed up with all of this. One thing after another. Make me wear a mask. Make me get a shot. And, well, as an American, you should be allowed to choose what you want to do. Some of the headlines that are happening with that this morning. More of that's going to come out. And I do expect this to spread to the United States. You do too. GoFundMe, will they help them? Probably not. They keep shutting down more and more anything that helps them. Their Facebook page was shut down. Also, do you remember in Virginia when the new governor, he was a Republican, took office. As soon as he took office, he done an executive order signing a piece of paper that said that they had to get rid of the mask mandate on children in schools. Yesterday, we find out that an email has been floating around within the schools on how to go behind his back and twist this and have the parents investigated and arrested for not having their kids wear masks to school. I'll share that also on Facebook in just a little bit. But the principals were coached on how to obtain trespassing warrants. That's how they worded it, that the kids were trespassing without masks. Is this America? It really makes you wonder some days with things like this. Going against the people's will. That's what happened there. We've got more coming up in just a moment. We'll get deep into the weather to find out what's going to happen today, how chilly it's going to be. So don't go anywhere. We're going to discuss all that. That's up and coming this morning right here as we try to back up to the fireplace and get warm.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Terry Carter let us know that kind of chilly in Preston, Mississippi this morning. 27 degrees is what we're getting. Brr. Good morning, Karina Jones. How are you today? Hope you're feeling well. Also, cornbread is up, Mr. Nick Dow. I want to thank and welcome a new sponsor to the show. We want to welcome Rodney's Muffler Shop. Thank you for being a part of us. And if you need a muffler welded up, you need glass packs, anything like that, Jessica help you out. One of the hardest working women I've ever met right here in Meridian. Had a long talk with her yesterday. I hope you'll get by and visit with them the next time that you need a muffler and exhaust put on your car. They'll help you. And also, if you've been driving Highway 19 and noticed, a new business right past the Rock House. Gun and Pawn. Have you noticed that? The red building is opening up. Here it is, what's going to be there, and we welcome them as well as being a sponsor to the show, the Back Porch. What do they do there? I had a big visit with them yesterday. Anything that you do outside, they basically have there. From grills, if you're looking for games, they've got that. Coolers, anything that involves outdoors and doing things with your family, they've got that. Even and I'm going to try to say this word right, the authentic Louis Vuitton purses. That's a tough one for me. Fudge and all kinds of stuff. But a neat store. If you hadn't went in, they're having their soft opening this morning. Let him visit with them. It's a big deal there for us to get another store. That's the Back Porch there on Highway 19. Hopefully you'll get to visit with them and find something you like inside. Also, we're, less than a week now from the big day when you're supposed to do this. I'm just doing this as a reminder for you there. Valentine's Day. February the 14th is when that is, and if you need flowers, these young ladies will help you get that. Honeysuckles there on North Hill Street. They'll even deliver it for you. Order early and in case supplies get low of everybody else thinking about it at the same time you do. You believe Valentine's Day back up once again? It's here. That's without a doubt. All right, let's talk a little bit about weather this morning and find out, as we mentioned, how cold it is now and what's going to happen for the rest of the day.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs, our record lows, it was, I've got a boo-boo type there, but it was 1979 that we had a high of 84 on this date. Straighten that out. The coldest day that we had set on record for the Meridian area was 1895 with a low of 6 degrees. That was some kind of a chilly day there back in 1895. As we look at that forecast for today, it will get sunny today. 58 is what we'll get out of the Meridian area. Just north of here, Philadelphia, y'all be warmer all the way right up through Mississippi State, through Louisville. In those areas, we're looking for a high of about 58 degrees there. Nice and warm. To our south, Laurel will hit 58. Also, over to our west, Vicksburg, getting the claim for the warmest temperature so far, 60 over by the Mississippi River Bridge and down to Natchez, 59 as well. A little bit warmer as you get toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Let's go ahead and take a look at our friends in Alabama and see what they've got planned for today. 59 there in Demopolis, and we'll hit the same temperature there at Livingston University there with everybody at, we go through Geiger and those areas there, Panola, about 59. Over to Montgomery, 60 degrees. And down in Auburn, or east of us in Auburn, 58 degrees. A nice day and sunshine everywhere across the state of Alabama. As we look at what will happen for the next 6 to 10 days, here's what we've got right there. We're still below temperatures. We're cooler, but we do have a heat wave. You see it is coming from the Texas way, coming across from California, making its way to the deep south. We'll have some warmer temperatures in a few days. You wouldn't know that right now, would you? All right, let's look at our detailed forecast for the next 7 days of what we've got planned for you today. This is what we find out. That high of 58 today is what we'll hit there. Tonight, clear. Not as cold tonight as it was this morning. 33 tonight, just hovering above freezing. Now, this morning, as you get up, you're going to want to warm up that car. You'll likely have some frost across that windshield, make it harder to see. A heat wave moves in for the rest of the week. Look at this, where we go from these 40s that we've had to now 50. Look at the next 3 days. 63 will arrive tomorrow for the midweek, 36 for a low. By Thursday, it's 65, and by Friday, 67 degrees. It'll almost feel like a summer day. Nighttime lows only 42. Normally, I would say that there's a big rainstorm coming. It's not on there. It's that heat wave that's coming The state of Texas is making its way towards us. So sunshiny days are in your future for the next 4 to 5 days at least. 52 on Sunday, not bad at all as you go to church, and back to work on Monday with a high of 59. Go ahead and jump into another week on into February. Let's find out all the way down to February 22nd. 63 on the 15th. We even get to 68 again on the 17th, but we'll stay into the 60s for most of February, and we'll get nighttime lows 40s. That's not bad at all. Almost like we're getting cheated out of winter. Makes you wonder what's coming, doesn't it? Kind of spooky there. We'll watch the weather, but nothing major is forecasted so far of storms. But it does make you wonder what lies ahead for us. We'll be on top of the weather to let you know exactly what is happening with all of that. Let me see, there was another object that we wanted to bring up. Don't forget the Valentine's Day card for the little youngster there in the Philadelphia areas. They try to raise Valentine cards for him as he gets well from the car that ran through his home. Also, Winston County, I spoke with the Winston County Sheriff's Department yesterday, and they are looking for someone. If you happen to know them, they sure would like you to help him out and tell him where he's located, or if you know him, tell him to come, turn himself in as we look at this. Charles Dillon Arney is wanted by the Winston County Sheriff's Department on charges of burglary. If you have any information, contact them. Winston County Sheriff's Office, there's the telephone number, or you can call Crime Stoppers. Either way there, they'd sure like to have a long conversation with him and turn himself in there as they search for him across Winston County on those burglary charges there. Oh boy. Also, don't forget, each and every day we'll post Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department report of who was arrested. This is what you look for here on the page. Let me pull this up where you can see this. Yep, there it is. Look for Billy. You can also look for Ward there and click on that, and it'll give you all the information that you want to know about that. We've also added Neshoba County. If you'd like to know what's going on in and around Neshoba County, just come down and look for it, and Eric Clark, and you'll be able to take a look at that also. Find out who's getting arrested in the Neshoba County area. One of the ways to do that. Let me go down and pull this up so you'll know what to look for here. I've got it right in front of me as I ramble here. For whatever reason, that didn't update this morning, why I couldn't see it there. As we go down, this is what you'll look for here on as we go to Neshoba County. Whenever you're looking for this, look for Eric's picture here, right there, and that'll give you the arrest report there from Neshoba County. We'll be adding more in the days ahead so you can keep track of what's going on in your community. The way it is. We want to say thank you for coming by this morning. We're getting ready for the big show at 8 o'clock. We'll go into what's going on in and around the area and let you know. As always, inbox us. Let us know what's happening in your community. I'd like to know what it is so others will know about it. Thank you all for coming by and spending a few moments with us. Again, bundle up before you head outside. We've got a 29-degree day in Meridian. As we go north of here, as we find out Kemper County areas at 27. As we look at that, pretty much close to that in Philadelphia as well today. Be careful, and we'll be back in about an hour for all the details of what's going on in and around the neighborhood. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon on the Scotty Ray Report, and all of us here. Candace getting ready. Also, we'll have a special guest, Miss Tammy Caldwell, is coming in this morning. Tell us about the United Way. She'll join us in just a little while. Make sure to be back live here at 8 a.m.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by